All right, what's going on, guys? It's your boy. I'm back again with another video. Man, let's go ahead and get into it. We got Pastor philandering Jamal Bryant back in the news with the Rainbow Push Coalition. Now, I haven't seen or heard of the Rainbow Push Coalition since Jesse Jackson was still moving and grooving, but he's been dealing with some health issues as of late, and I guess everything has kind of been, he's just in the public eye as a face. But he was hanging out with your boy this past week, Jamal Bryant. If you don't know, Jamal Bryant is the terrible pastor. I think he used to be out of Baltimore, but he's down there in Atlanta now, and he's calling for the boycott of Target. Now, him and the other, boule black politician / pastors have been calling for the boycott of Target due to the non-DEI that primarily benefits gays and white women. But anyways, Jamal Bryant is out here with the Rainbow Coalition pushing that same agenda, but for the immigrants. He'll put it in the way of blackface to push it, so he can get black people behind it. But Jamal Bryant, and just like all the other boule pastors and politicians, they are pushing for everything else but black people, and I'm not saying they have to, because they shouldn't. They should be doing what's right, and they should be pushing for God. You're supposed to be a pastor. The main thing the black community needs is God, not DEI, and not a bunch of immigrants in the neighborhoods. But let's go ahead and watch this clip.
DEI, but why is the Rainbow Push Coalition supporting illegal aliens if illegal aliens disproportionately affect the black community jobs?
Say it one more time.
Why is the Rainbow Push Coalition supporting illegal aliens when illegal aliens disproportionately negatively affect the black community? It is true. They take jobs, right? But they take your jobs. Legal.
Let me offer. Thank you so much for coming out today.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
This is the Rainbow Push Annual Conference.
I mean, if you want to support black.
All right, so you see Jamal Bryant. As you can see, you see Jesse Jackson and a bunch of Negroes behind them, primarily old folks. These are the people right here, and I hate to say this, but they gotta die off in order for black people to push forward, because the social programming over the years is just too strong for them to break away at such an age. They have come from many of some of them look like they may have come from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. They were probably children around that time. So the deep programming is too embedded into their minds. So you see the reporter ask them, why support illegal immigration if you know that it affects black jobs? And you can see, look at how he grabs himself. Watch this.
If illegal aliens disproportionately affect the black community jobs.
Look at him. Look, he didn't want no parts of that question, because they're not for solutions. They're for an agenda. I don't know who's paying them. Some people, will pull out George Soros and others like that. Probably, the Jews or the Jewish liberals and blacks have always had a close relationship, from the 60s, pushing Martin Luther King to the forefront with his civil rights movement that ultimately ended the black community. That was the final nail in the coffin for the black community. But you see right here, Jamal Bryant wants no parts of it because it's an actual question that he can't answer. And he can answer it, but he would have to tell the truth. And you know Jamal Bryant is a devil. So the truth is not in such a man like this. You know, he hands it back to this purple suit wearing looking dude. Where he says, where, what, you know, he says, say it one more time. Come on. You heard it the first time. Now watch this.
Supporting illegal aliens when illegal aliens disproportionately negatively affect the black community. It is true.
And just lied straight up and down. That's not true. And look at Jesse Jackson looking like a damn, just dead. He just dead.
They take jobs.
He just there
They
physically.
take your jobs.
Don't know what the hell going on.
Legal.
Can't.
That's nothing.
It's sad to see him like that.
Thank you so much for coming out today.
That doesn't make any sense
to
to
run that damn
This
mouth a
is
lot. Back in the day. I
Rainbow
marched
Push
with Jesse
Annual.
Jackson when I was a kid. Now, do I know what we was marching about? Hell no. But most people that march with Jesse Jackson don't know what the hell they marching about. But that's just kind of how it goes. But y'all let me know what y'all think in this about this situation, because what do y'all think is going on? I see everybody outside protesting the illegals, but why? We had Obama for 8 years, who was known as the deporter in chief, who got rid of 4 million illegals. And it's like living in 2008 was a different time. It wasn't that long ago, but it's like that almost seems like 50 years ago, seeing how people have changed drastically, how their minds have been warped. My own parents, who I know complained about these things at that time, have done a complete 180, but I guess they have to play along to get along on the Democrat plantation, because I used to think my parents knew politics, but it's really not that they understand politics. It's more that they understand what their party wants and they follow along with it.